Tarot Maniacs. This is part 2 of 2 for Tuesday, and we are talking about this very interesting conversation with King Charles III and Donald Trump about bringing the United States into the Commonwealth as an associate member. Very interesting idea, considering that we are the rebellious rabble rousers that broke away from the crown way back when in 1776. So we looked at already what King Charles is thinking about it, what kind of his rough idea about how that's going to look will be, and what he can do to maximize his results. So let's take a look at Donald Trump. So first things first, hit that like button. And if you're not aware, I am running a sale from the 25th through the 27th, 3-day sale only. So it'll be the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th, where we are going to do first timers. If it's your first time getting a reading with me, first time getting a reading at all, I have a very special rate for everybody. So you can jump in on that. Hit the link down below. Spots are filling up fast. My Thursday night already filled up, so I'm sorry about that. That like filled up the minute I posted it on some of my socials, but I still have Tuesday and Wednesday nights, so you guys can still get in on it. You can still come on over, get your own Yellow Brick Road, and have some fun with it. So let's get going, and I'm going to bring up that card view. Now you can hit that like button because the algorithm loves it, and let's see what is Donald Trump thinking about all of this? Like joining the Commonwealth as an associate member, not full-blooded part of the United Kingdom. But what is he thinking about this? He's already made some missteps with joking around and saying he was going to make Canada, or offered Canada the position as the 51st state, and Justin Trudeau could be the governor of the great state of Canada. I think that was the quote that he said. So he's already made some jokes that landed very poorly on that one. Very bad dismount on that joke. So let's see what he is thinking about this potential of joining the Commonwealth. So we're going to do just a little bit of here. 8 of Needles. Again, we get this slow down here. Slow down and understanding that sometimes membership in an organization like this does not mean subjugation or offering over any part of our country and our freedoms. It really is about reaching across the table and kind of collaborating together. So really cool. Removing some of the isolationism that we saw historically as part of the American Revolution. So this isn't something that is predominant in the last 150 years or so. This is something that we saw maybe in the first few dozen years of the United States of America. So this is, in his mind, Donald Trump's, a strengthening of both countries and the Commonwealth. So if you remember, the Queen created, the late Queen Elizabeth II, created the Commonwealth because it was membership and trade benefits with the United Kingdom, not necessarily conquered countries that became part of the United Kingdom, but that there were trade benefits for those countries. And Donald Trump sees this too for the United States. So does this remove some of the tariffs and additional fees that he is going to be putting on foreign countries as they send goods into our country or trade goods into our country? Yeah, I think he's coming up with a little bit of a different plan. I've said this all along, that the tariffs that he was bandying about the tariffs that he was, talking about quite openly. I think that they are negotiating points rather than hard and fast tariffs. He does want reciprocal tariffing between the two countries. See, I don't know if tariffing is a real word, but I think I just made one up. So he does want reciprocal tariffs between countries. So if one country is going to charge us a $25 or 25% tariff, we will charge a 25% tariff as well. I think that that does seem reasonable and good business. You wouldn't expect one person to pay 25 cents for a gumball and another person to pay $25 for that gumball. So we really are seeing reciprocal, the creation of reciprocal tariffing and trade agreements. So we've got that King of Buttons. What else is Donald Trump thinking? Knight of Cups. He wants to extend some goodwill. Two of Matches. He also wants to develop things with the United Kingdom. I do think that in terms of development, there is something about, immediately I got the space program here, things with possibly SpaceX or NASA, that kind of thing. Something going on with that, and I'm not sure what that is, because I don't think that the United Kingdom historically has been known for their space program. So I do think that there's something going on with that. And I'm just going to do a futurecast here. So again, I'm going to reiterate this. I think that Donald Trump is going to try and establish something with a space program with the United Kingdom, something very spacey, possibly, I don't know, exploration. Like maybe we're going to all go to the moon again together. I don't know. But I think that judgment is in reverse on that. I don't think that it's going to be something that's warmly embraced and brought into the fore. Now, the United Kingdom, the King's Fleet, the King's Armada. Historically, the United Kingdom had an amazing seafaring force, so an amazing navy. So perhaps this is pushing the United Kingdom more into the 21st century, where we are now getting, excuse me, how unprofessional. We are now getting the Starship Enterprise, and we are sailing the seas up in the sky. Perhaps that's what he is suggesting. So interesting. And psychically, I got the space program. So something comes out of that. One of you tell me. Psychic score in the chat. Anytime I get something right and you guys see it, do a little hashtag psychic score so that I can come back and find it. Let me know, and I will make a little psychic score post or mini video with it. So, what does Donald Trump want to see with this collaboration, this associate membership in the Commonwealth? Star in reverse. Page of Buttons. This is going to take a little while to come off the ground. We've got the Beyond, which is again the 23rd card of the Major Arcana. This is a distinct and dubious card to this deck, the Beyond. And then we have the Four of Buttons, Six of Cups. I think this is going to be a little bit harder to get off the ground, so to speak, than they think. The Hanged Man. So, and the Queen of Needles under the surface. They have to figure out how to sell Commonwealth membership to independent, freedom-minded America. That is how they have to sell it. Because I do think that some people, some people are going to bristle about this and be very, very loud about it. But I think for the most part, the population is going to be like, yeah, whatever. It's a membership. We have a gym membership. We forget to pay for it. Or we pay for it every month, but we forget to go to the gym. So I think that is more, I think there's going to be some very loud voices. How unprofessional. Some very loud voices about how he is now giving the country away. So Donald Trump, on one hand, is xenophobic and doesn't allow immigrants to come here, but then on the other hand, he's giving the country away to the United Kingdom. So the two cannot meet in the middle. So I think there's going to be some very different voices, and I think that's what holds up this process. Because here's Six of Cups. Well, this isn't the way we broke away from the United Kingdom. So I think that we're going to hear some opposition voices in the United States that are now going to say that Donald Trump is destroying the country by partnering up with the United Kingdom, which I think is a very bad look because the United Kingdom is our closest ally. So it is to repair that age-old rift between the two countries as a result of the revolution. Is this a weird thing to be bringing up? I'm not sure why it keeps coming up, but it does. So I'm going to put out, let's do this. The Six of Cups and the Hangman. Let's see what's going on with this. Like, what point does that make? Why is that an issue? Six of Needles. There are things, and I know this sounds crazy, but I am a psychic. There are things that were left undone when we exited the United Kingdom, when the colonies broke away. There were things that were left undone, and they need to be corrected. And in that correction, Nine of Buttons, Nine of Pentacles, the high tide does raise all ships. So this is the trade agreement, the cooperative, and to be sure, when we were colonized here in the United States, what a boon for England, because they found a landmass that could produce any and everything. We have any and every kind of territory. Do we have rainforests? Yes, we have rainforests here in the United States. We have deserts, we have mountains, we have streams, we have salt flats. The salt flats are amazing. We pretty much have everything here, and we can abundantly grow almost any crop, from tropicals all the way up to, your hardy, what is it? Maple trees. We get maple syrup from. So all the way up to those maple trees. So, I think that the United Kingdom missed out on that. And I think that there is a little bit of give on the part of Donald Trump to the United Kingdom to make sure that they get some of the goodies. Not all of them. We're not going to give them, a million tracts of land. But that they benefit from some of the goodies here. And I think that becomes our trade agreement. Do we sell land or lease land to the United Kingdom? Do we wind up leasing land to the United Kingdom so that they can have some fun growth there? Universe in reverse, decadence, King of Cups. No, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be leasing or selling land to foreign countries, as a future prospect. I know China owns a whole bunch of land here. I totally get it. So Donald Trump have something up his sleeve? Is there some surreptitious reason for doing this? Four of Matches. No. He wants to maintain the upper hand with this Hierophant. But he wants to be fair, and he wants to have a solid base of English-speaking people, for lack of a better term, wants to have a solid base with the United. He wants to strengthen those ties with King Charles, the United Kingdom. He wants us to have a good relationship moving forward. So I probably should do a reading on him and Rupert Lowe and Nigel Farage. Um, see which one he prefers. So, what is Trump's yellow brick road? What is his yellow brick? Well, do the yellow brick road. What is his yellow brick road? How does he get optimal responses, optimal results? And we saw with King Charles, we got a lot of hearts, we got a lot of good stuff there. 10 of matches, 6 of cups, judgment in reverse, king of matches, hierophant, 4 of matches. That king of matches is in reverse. So this is going to be delegated to another. Do we have JD Vance working this? Do we have someone else working this? Yes, I think we do. I think Donald Trump says it's a great idea, and then someone else hammers out the deal with King Charles and the powers that be in Great Britain. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think he is going to be up to his elbows in it, because I do think that the response to some of the Commonwealth, Canada, I'm looking at you, some of the Commonwealth members, they're not going to like it. I did hear that there was a quote from a woman. I don't know if she was in politics or if she's a celebrity, but she said, she would absolutely create a petition for Canada to leave the Commonwealth should Donald Trump's America be given an associate membership, be a part of that. So I think that there will be some other backlash like that. So I think good course of action will be to have, grab some water, will be to have another party from another delegation from the United States managing our relationship with United Kingdom through the Commonwealth Association, or associate membership. So is it going to happen? Like right now, it looks like there's a lot of planning in both readings that still has to happen, but is it going to happen? Are we going to see this? Knight of Buttons. Too much planning still that we have to do. We're not going to see this just yet. This is going to be a conversation that they will be having for some time. I'm saying 6 to 8 months, probably, before we see any real action on this, any real moves forward. Fortunately, in the last reading, I looked at Harry and Meghan to see if they're going to be involved. Go back and look at the reading if you didn't. That is kind of a relief. So you can get where I'm coming from with that. But I think this is a very interesting prospect. Chinese say, may you live in interesting times. This certainly is interesting times. I never thought that I would see an opportunity for wayward cousins, United States of America, loud, rootin' tootin', beer drinking, pickup riding, dog loving America that was going to go back into the fray and belong to a portion of the British Commonwealth. It's really kind of cool. So let me know what you think. Americans, I'm looking at you. I want to know what you think about joining the Commonwealth. Do you think this is a weak move? Do you think that this is something that cheapens the freedom of America, or that changes our government, or is kind of backsliding into that imperial kind of living? Or are you a little bit worried that this is going into that World Economic WEF, or going into this one world government? Do you think we're leaning toward that with this? Could have some concerns about that in the future. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do not fight. Be kind. I love all perspectives. I really do want to know what you guys think. I want you to bring your know-how and your opinions to the table. All are welcome here. So I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching 2 for Tuesday. Thank you for being a part of my channel. It's my favorite part of the day, and it's all day long for me now. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you in the future.